You know that moment when working with someone feels like wading through quicksand? Every conversation, every decision, just heavy. What if that friction isn't failure, but the start of something better? Welcome to The Human Edge, the podcast that explores the skills AI can't replace and how to sharpen yours. I'm Leslie Ferry, founder of Rise, the company that built Xandra, an AI-powered coach, instructor, and mentor all in one. Our purpose is to help you understand and strengthen the human skills that shape your career. And yes, we see the irony in how we do it. Today we're closing this kind of binge-worthy series with a skill that pulls everything that we've been talking about the last several episodes together, and that's collaboration. Not the we all get along kind, the real kind. The kind that happens when people with different styles, strengths, and perspectives benefit by the connection and find a way to move in sync. We tend to think that good collaboration just happens when personalities click. But real collaboration isn't luck. It's designed. And that design starts with one thing: understanding differences. Every teammate you work with brings a unique combination of work style, how they process, decide, and communicate, their functional area focus, what problems are they solving for, experience levels, how they interpret risk and ownership, and context, how long they've been with the company or team. All of these shape how we see the work and how they see you. If you assume everyone works just like you do, you might incorrectly interpret friction as incompetence or indifference. But if you understand their style, you'll see it for what it is: a different entry point to the same goal with valuable input that should not be overlooked. That shift from judging differences to designing around them is what turns friction into flow. Everything we've talked about so far, the last several episodes, feeds into this moment. First, you learn to see your blind spots, awareness of how others interpret your behavior so you can turn them into bright spots. Second, you practice reasoning 2 levels up, thinking ahead and connecting your work to impact. The third episode, or 3 episodes ago, you learn to communicate to ensure understanding, not just delivery. In our most recent episode before this one, you explored trust, ability, integrity, benevolence, and how it requires proactive, conscious, demonstrative action every day. Now, collaboration is where you apply all of it together, because collaboration is simply multiple people reasoning, communicating, and trusting in motion. Here's the truth. Friction isn't failure. It's data, and it definitely isn't conflict, although we can misinterpret it that way sometimes. It tells you where perspectives diverge, and those divergences are where new thinking lives and ensures comprehensive analysis, but only if you approach them consciously. That's why the best collaborators, they don't try to smooth over tension. They try to translate it. They pause and ask, what is influencing their perspective and why? What motivates them? Speed, precision, relationships, results? What might they be optimizing for that I'm missing? When you start asking those types of questions, the conversation changes and clarity is achieved. You stop fighting for agreement and start creating alignment. Think of collaboration as a simple equation. Clarity plus curiosity plus trust equals flow. Clarity ensures everyone knows what success looks like. Curiosity invites different perspectives to shape how to achieve that success. And then trust allows people to disagree without disconnecting. If any of those variables weaken, you get this drag instead of flow. That's why collaboration, it isn't a soft skill, it's a compound skill. And by the way, collaboration is the ultimate measure of whether you've developed your human edge, because it requires all the others. Think about, here's another quick self-check. Think about your current team or project. Where does collaboration feel easy? And where does it feel heavy? Now ask yourself, do I understand how each teammate prefers to work and communicate and the information they need to commit to the common goal? Have I been tailoring my approach or expectations of others to adapt to mine? Where might friction actually be feedback, showing me where I need to flex? If you're not sure, that's okay. Awareness is the first step to flow. Here's a simple experiment. Pick one person you often find challenging to work with. Then instead of preparing your next conversation around your message, prepare it around their style. If they're detail-oriented, anchor your ideas in fact. If they're big picture, lead with purpose and outcomes. If they're relational, start with connections before moving to work topics. If they're fast-paced, get to the point and stay there. Afterwards, notice what happens. Even small adjustments can shift tone, tempo, and trust. That's friction turning into flow. AI can coordinate tasks, but it can't build teams. It can analyze inputs, but it can't integrate humans. As technology accelerates, organizations need people who can translate differences into synergy. That's how innovation actually happens. Not in perfect harmony, but in constructive tension. And that's what collaboration really is. Not the absence of friction, but the skill of transforming it. Collaboration is an essential proof point in your human edge, especially when you recognize that others are seeking you out to collaborate. Because it's where your awareness, reasoning, communication, and trust meet in action. It's where your ability to see, think, speak, and show up becomes shared progress. Collaboration, it isn't a guessing game, and you don't have to figure it all out alone. Xandra defines every major work style and shows you how to engage with each so you can transform differences into momentum. You can explore your insights at myxandra.ai and start building your flow. Because the future of work isn't just about what gets done, it's about how we get it done together. Thanks for listening to The Human Edge. And remember, the real advantage isn't artificial. It's human.